Can you sanitize your hands and then roll them?
So they will then come up the stairs.
You can form
Everybody's coming
Up the stairs.
Your head and then here.
The phone should be given on the plate so that at least they give them, by the time they come, they just receive it. Because that means everyone is going to wait. They have even phone. So from here, we're going to. So the whole plane, those are the passengers. That's super.
Just 45.
Oh, 65 passengers.
But honestly, those phones can.
Yes, sure.
Depending now on airline.
But
Some are sent, but they might not be possible. So we are engaging everybody.
No, I'm a sketch.
They were saying that they want to
That end. We go on that. What is it?
the only other thing that we replicated the same for Victoria Falls and Denver. Yes. With three.
I think this is what we wanted to understand.
So we have three laboratories.
And this was the exhibition. How long was the exhibition?
Hello.
Hello. How are you? Get the results. To get the results.
2 hours later. Yes. So this is pathology laboratory.
Yes.
Pathology laboratory.
So there's several of them. Oh, this is good.
This one is
2.5 hours.
Yes.
So this is another one.
Yes.
Very good. How long does it take for you to get my results? If those found positive, why do they not take it? And all
outside because the
Please note at any time during the boarding process. Thank you for choosing Emirates. Wish you a pleasant flight.
That's what I did. That's exactly we want to do. If measure has been taken, therefore, for those 2.5 hours, those who are tested, they'll be sitting there.
Yes.
Waiting. But the only place they could find the young mothers. So now what happens when they get the results?
that site.
No, not from here. But much different. Particularly
Thank you. She's recovering?
Passengers seated in Zone D and Zone E. Passengers seated in rows 20 to 35. Please note now, gate number 3. Passengers seated in Zone D and Zone E. Please board Emirates flight EK714 to start time. First class seated in Zone
Or even that one. Saya ring close contact ni.
Also, you know, when you speak, what is from a position of knowledge?
Yes, that's
Sorry, are you alright? Come and sit here. You'll be taken to the journalist. Just to see what is going on.
Phone mind bagay.
If we can move a little bit this side so that everybody can also have a picture of the entire panel. Okay. Honorable Minister, members of CAS and other officials. My Mumbai, I'm sorry, all protocol observed. We will ask the Director of Airport Services to give us an overview of all the processes that we have seen. After that overview, the panel will take questions and we'll see how many questions we can take. Thank you. Over to you, Director.
Thank you very much, Honorable Members. Good afternoon, colleagues. So what we have taken you through is the passenger processing system. We're starting from the departure side, where we've got a disinfectant booth at the entrance of the terminal building, and also where we are restricting entrance to the terminal building only to bona fide travelers and staff. We have also shown you the disinfection of luggage that takes place as you're coming in, and then to the check-in point, where we've got physical distancing signage on the floor so that we promote that physical distancing, as well as the perspex shields that we have installed at the check-in counters to protect the staff from the spread of COVID-19. We have also installed sanitizing stations throughout the terminal building in the public areas, so that at any given time the public does not have to look for sanitizers, but then it just so that the sanitizers will proceed. As we went through the security screening as well as immigration screening, there's also sanitization as well as physical distancing up to the security checkpoint, where we are also disinfecting the trays that we use because they are high contact trays. In the sitting area, the waiting area, we have also installed signage to promote physical distancing on the seats themselves, where we are leaving one seat that is in between two seats so that we promote that physical distancing within the terminal. Then that becomes the departure area, with the departure process, where then the passengers will be waiting to board. From then on, we moved on to the arrivals side, where we saw Port Health right in the bridges, waiting to collect passenger information, filling in the health declaration forms, collecting the health declaration forms, and also checking the COVID-free certificates that the passengers will be presenting. And from then on, we come to, again, disinfection booths before you enter into the immigration hall, then to the immigration process, and then the baggage collection. Now, the other interesting area is that there is also the COVID-19 testing facilities within the baggage collection area in the arrivals hall. We have replicated that in our 3 main airports. That is for R.G International, for JM Goma International, as well as Victoria Falls International Airports. So that becomes the process that we are currently having in our airports in terms of managing the spread of COVID-19. We've also taken colleagues here to the COVID-19 support area downstairs, where if there is any suspected case, that a patient or that passenger is taken to that area for further examination. I think in a nutshell, that becomes the whole process that we have at the airports. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Once again, I want to welcome you to the airport, RGM Airport. As the Ministry of Information and also as the Information and Risk Communication Subcommittee for the Interministerial Task Force on COVID-19, it is our job to make sure that we assure as both domestic and international travelers of the measures which have been taken here at the airport, RGM Airport, to just make sure that we contain the spread of this pandemic. This is a serious pandemic. We take it very seriously as a country. A lot of measures have been put into place, and we would like to continue making sure that our travelers, our public, they adhere to the controls and to the measures, the preventative and precautionary measures to make sure that we contain this disease. The tour has been very grateful. We are very grateful for the tour because it has actually given us confidence, and as we speak to our public, to assure them that, especially those who want to travel, both Zimbabweans who want to go outside and those who are coming into the country, that your health is number one, is the priority number one. The airport has put all measures to make sure that they contain the spread of that disease. We are also happy that those who come into the country without that COVID-19 free certificate, they have an opportunity of being tested right here at the airport. And that process has been reduced to just 2.5 hours, and some are actually saying 2 hours. I think that is really good news to those who intend to travel to Zimbabwe, to say as soon as you get at the airport, there are 3 companies, 3 laboratories who are all internationally recognized, who will test you, and the results will be out in 2 hours. And by that time, if you are COVID-19 free, you then be released. But if you are positive, then the Ministry of Health will take you to their isolation centers where you'll be taken good care of. This has been really good, and I hope our journalists will get an opportunity to ask if there's any points of clarity. The chairman is here. We are very happy that we have got the chairman of CARS, we have the CEO and the director. We want to thank you sincerely, and we want to work together as we continue to assure our travelers, both domestic and international, that our airports are fully equipped to make sure that we contain the disease, the spread of COVID-19. I thank you sincerely. I would like to give an opportunity to our journalists if they do have any question, since the director is here, CEO is here, and the chairman is here, and I'm here. We'll be happy to answer any questions or even points of clarity.
Okay, we'll take 3 questions. You introduce yourself and you ask your question, please. Delson?
My name is Jameson Mandela from ZBC.
Yes, Delson.
Ever since the airspace of Zimbabwe was opened about 2 weeks ago, as government, on behalf of government, we are here today. Are you happy with what you saw today with regards to the provisions in terms of the health protocols that we said as government?
Thank you, Jason. I want to say Zimbabwe as a country, we've done extremely well in terms of putting measures to contain this pandemic. As soon as World Health Organization declared it as a global pandemic, our president, His Excellency Comrade R.G Mugabe, didn't take time to make sure that he also proclaims it as a national disaster. And he just didn't end there, but he also put up together an interministerial task force on COVID-19 to make sure that we as a country, we work hard to respond to this global pandemic. A lockdown was also put, a lot of measures were put, tough as they were, and I'm forever grateful that as we continue to talk to the people of this country, they actually listened and adhered to those measures, which actually has given us the results which we have today. And we are saying we are still not out of the woods as a country. We want to continue adhering to these measures, called the preventative and precautionary measures, to make sure that we bring our numbers down. Life is important. Right to life is what the government is very much concerned about, and this is why we are very grateful that the public, the people of this country, have worked very hard together. And very impressed with what we've seen here at the airport. A lot of work has been done to make sure that you protect both the traveler and those who are working within the airport building. And we are actually sure that with this kind of control measures, we'll be able to continue containing this pandemic.
My name is Sharon Tawaya. My question to the director of the airport. Since reopening of R.G International Airport, how many travelers are passing through, either leaving Zimbabwe and outside? And also, as the airport authorities, what challenges have you been facing in trying to contain COVID now that the world is opening up to the skies?
Thank you very much. I think from the 1st of October, what we experienced initially was like a 30% load factor on the airlines that have come back to operate. So far we've got Emirates Airlines, which has come back. Ethiopian, we just continued on daily flights. We've got Kenya Airways that is operating 3 times a week. We've got Rwanda, which is operating 4 times a week. We've got also South African Airlink, and also we've got FastJet. So in terms of the numbers have been very encouraging, particularly when you look at the Johannesburg route. FastJet has been having almost full loads on a daily basis with their twice daily flights. In terms of challenges, I wouldn't really say there will be challenges, but then we are learning as we go, because there's always room for us to improve. We've done what we can to ensure that we contain the spread of the virus, but but at the same time without inconveniencing the passengers. So we are putting in place facilitation systems that are passenger friendly, and we continue improving on those because we believe that we are a learning organization. We want to continue learning and continue improving, and we are learning every day. So we will continue to improve, and you will continue to see systems being put in place.
You seem to be happy now? No, everything is understood?
Maybe the Honorable Minister and the Director of the Airport maybe just summarize in any vernacular language that you are comfortable with.
Zvakanaka. Basa reMinistry of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services nderekutaurira ruzhinji rweZimbabwe kunyanya panyaya dzeCovid-19 yatakasangana nayo, yakatiparadzira, yakatityisidzira, tikatya zveshuwa, tikatora matanho ese akataurwa neWorld Health Organization kuti tizvichengetedze. Pekutanga president wedu akaita zvakanaka zvikuru, akati tese ngatimbogara kumba, pakaiswa lockdown, ngatigarei kumba kana unless vashoma vataita ndo vega vanobuda. Mabhodha akangosiyiwa akavhurwa nokuti president vakaona kuti pane vana veZimbabwe vangadaro vanga vari kunze kwenyika, saka ivavo chete ndo vaibvumidzwa kupinda, nevetinoti macommercial trucks ekuona kuti munozviziva chedu chimwe tiri kutenga kubva kunze, saka ivavo chete ndo vaibvumirwa. Now iye zvino tamu 7 months after that lockdown, president vakaona zvakakodzera kuti tione kuti economy, tibalance economy nekuchengetedza upenyu. Naizvozvo zviri kuvhurwa bichana bichana. Apa airport kwatiri nhasi pakavhurwa kubva musi wa1 October, zvichibvumidza izvo kuti vanhu vachitanga kufamba. Munoziva kuti business rinofamba, nyika dzinodyidzana. Naizvozvo mwedzi yese iyi zvazvakaoma zvikuru pasina kudyidzana ikoko. Saka president vakazosvika pakuti aiwa ngatichivhura tichitanga ndege kufamba. Chanyanyotifadza ibasa rakaitwa pano paairport, kuona kuti vachengetedza utano, vaona kuti vanouya nevanoshanda pano vese nevari kubuda vese vanopinda vakachengetedzwa, vachitariswa kuti temperature yavo yakamira sei, vachigeza maoko avo, vachisanitizer, vanenge vachida kuitwa matest. Ndo zvimwe zvikuru zvatafara nazvo zvaitwa neMinistry of Health and Child Care, kuti yakamhanya ikaona kuti yoisa pano malaboratories pano paairport. Vanenge vachiuya havachaendi kumakwarantini kwaiendwa kwokutanga kuya, vakungosvika ipapo pamasenda elaboratory kana usina COVID-19 free certificate yavo, nekuti takatanga kubvumidza kuti kana uchiuya ukauya neCovid-19 free certificate inoratidza kuti wakaitwa within 72 hours, unopinda wobva wangozichienda kumba wozonopedzisa time yako yaisolation uri kumba kwako. Apa zvakureva kuti vanouya toti ingasvike yapfurikidza mahours ayaya, wakungonopfuura nepalaboratory testing center ipapo iri pano paairport. Zvokurumidza, munozviziva kuti kudhara matest aitora kana dzimwe nguva 4 days, dzimwe nguva 1 week, asi pano paairport pakaiswa malaboratory testing machines anogona kutesta matravelers edu within 2 hours. So within 2 hours unenge wakutoziva kuti wakamira sei. Kana wakamira uri negative, wonzi chienda kumba. Vanenge vaonekwa vari positive, Ministry yedu of Health and Child Care yochikutorai kuti aende vanoisa panzvimbo kuti vaonekwe kuzi vangabatsirwe sei, and yatinoti isolation center. Saka izvi tiri kufara zvikuru, taonawo kuti basa rakaitwa kubva panze kusvika mukati, kupinda vanopinda vanhu vedu mundege, basa guru rakaitwa rikuona kuti tichengetedze. Toda kutenda zvikuru basa riri kuitwa nekazi mumaairports edu, hapazi pano chete R.G Mugabe Airport, asi izvi zvakaitwa kune mamwe maairports kunyanya kuVictoria Falls nekubulawayo. Saka toda kutendai, nekuti senyika tinoda kuona kuti tachengetedza upenyu hwedu. Chinhu ichi chinhu chakashata, hatisati tabuda machiri. Ndinoona vamwe vakufunga kuti nekuti nhamba dzedu dziri kubatwa mazuva ano dziri kudzikira, ofunga kuti aiwa pamwe chapera. Aiwa, hatisati chapera. Toda kuzvichengetedza izvozvo zvekutora temperature, kugeza maoko edu, social distancing, kuvhara miromo yedu zvinobatsira zvikuru izvozvo kuti tiite kuti chirwere ichi chidzikire kana kutopera. Mazviti
zvakanaka pamusoro honorable minister. Isuwo tichiti se-Civil Aviation Authority of Zimbabwe ne-Airports Company of Zimbabwe tiri pamwe chete. Takatevera matanho atakaudzwa nehurumende pakataurwa kuti akuvhura ma-airport edu kubva musi wa1 October. Saka takatorawo matanho iwayo tikaisa zvirongwa zvinofanirwa kuti zvivepo kuitira kuti tidzivirire vanofamba uye tidzivirire vashandi vari muno zvakare vanoshanda muma-airport edu. Saka takaita basa iroro kuitira kuti ma-airport edu aonekwe kuti anoitawo kuti vanhu vafambe zvakanaka vasingatyi vasingavhunduki kuti vari kuzova exposed kana vari kuzobata chirwere ichi chatiri kuzama kuti tidzivirire uye kuti chisanyanya kuwandisa munyika medu. Saka tiri kuramba tichidzidza zuva nezuva patinenge tichiona kuti apo panoda kuti pagadziriswe tichiramba tichigadzirisa tichitevedzerawo matanho iwayo akabva kuhurumende yedu. Saka tiri kufara chaizvo kuti ma-airport edu avhura. Ndozvatiri kuita pano pa-R.G Mugabe International Airport, ndozvatiri kuitawo zvakare ku-JM Ngoma International Airport, Bulawayo neku-Victoria Falls International Airport. Kuvamwe ma-airport edu madoko tiri kuitawo zvimwe zvatinokwanisawo kuita kuitira kuti tidzivirire vashandi vedu, tidzivirire vanofamba, zvikuru sei izvo zvokugeza maoko nezvokusanitiza maoko nezvimwe zvakadaro zvinoita kuti vanhu vasanyanya kuti chirwere ichi chirambe chichipararira. Saka tiri kufara chaizvo uye tichitenda nhasi nokuti honorable minister vatishanyira kuti vaonewo kuti tiri kuita sei basa redu, uye tichitendaiwo ini zvakare vatatu venhau vanoita kuti basa iro rienderere mberi, vanhu vedu vave neconfidence kuti vanogona kufamba muma-airport vedu. Ndatenda.
I think finally I just want to thank the members of the fourth estate, our journalists. Your job is very important. Your job is to educate our people, to inform our people. In this particular case, we are here to make sure that we continue to assure our domestic travelers, our international travelers, that in Zimbabwe we have taken every step to make sure that we adhere to the control measures which have been prescribed by World Health Organization and which as an inter-ministerial task force also prescribed. And I'm glad the people of Zimbabwe, I've seen already a lot of them beginning to travel. We know that traveling will always bring in business. We have relationships with a number of countries, and I'm glad that we continue to at least resuscitate that relationship, especially that economic relationship which had been affected for the last 6 months. We are very happy to have already noticed that more than 5 international flights are already flying into Harare Airport. That shows that as a country there's a lot which we can do in terms of economic exchange, and that will encourage a lot, and we should do that remembering that COVID-19 is still with us, and so it's important to adhere to those measures so that we contain this pandemic. And thank you sincerely. I want to thank the chairperson of CAS who is here, who found time to come, and thank you very much, CEO, for also making sure that you receive us and show us a lot of work that you've done here. And the director, thank you for the explanation. Once again, thank you very much. I want to thank also the chief director from our Ministry of Information and my officer there. Thank you sincerely. I think you've done. Let's tell the people the truth.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's happening?